Well, how the devil are we, gang? Hope you're all well and having a great day. Just a quick one today. I get a lot of messages of what sort of stuff I take on a daily hike, what bag I take. So I just thought it'd be good to do a good video actually. So most of my long hikes are somewhere between sort of 15 and 30 miles. So for me, I don't need any bags which specialise in overnight wild camping and things like that, carrying sleeping bags and all that. So the bag I tend to go for is a Built for Athletes bag. I think I'm on my third one now. These just work great for me. They got lots of compartments. They sit nice on the shoulders and they give you a little bit of an upper body workout, which I'm comfortable with. I know some people are more sort of seasoned hikers. I've been hiking hard now for about 7 or 8 years. I'm sure there's more established outdoor people who would probably say these are not suitable for long distance hiking, but I just like the physicality of them. And as I said, they just work for me. Some of the boys use different ones, more traditional hiking bags, but the Built for Athletes bags for me, they work. So I feel like by the end of the ramble, my shoulders have had a good workout, which is great. So what I put in there then on a day, this time of year, guys, my layers would tend to be shorts. I'll have 4 upper body layers. They'll be thin. There'll be a vest, a t-shirt, a long sleeve t-shirt and a thin hoodie. That's what I'll work with in the spring and usually summer and even autumn. Only in the winter do I go up on the layers really. The layers stay the same in the UK over 3 seasons. You know, it's not that drastic of changing seasons. So what I put in the bag in, first of all, always an empty bin bag to take your rubbish out. What goes on? A lot of my walking's on the Welsh coastal path or local stuff. Pembrokeshire, Gower, Cardigan, North Wales. So there is always facilities around, but just take a bag because what goes out with you comes back with you or goes in your next bin. Then what I'll always take this time of year is a towel with a pair of swim shorts in, because you never know where you're passing, the beaches, the beauty spots, and especially as it gets warmer, you kind of want to get in this and just a cool down. Then if I'm doing a 30 miler, I always got a pair of spare socks for 10 miles. So whatever pair is starting, I'll have a 10 mile change, I'll change on 20 and so on. If we're doing the Gower 50, I'll have 5 pairs of socks. So always got my sock change in there. And then I take 1.7 litre bottle with me. That's full of all my electrolytes, also my lemons, limes, ginger. The electrolytes I use are CR7, which I'll show over there now, but that always goes out to me as well. Plus I got another litre bottle, which goes in the side compartment, but there. So I got best part of 3 litres I lug around with me. Obviously the weight gets less as I'm going through my ramble. I also carry a tripod in the other one. So when you want a good shot, you're there hiking, you see a lovely sort of beauty spot, you're with the boys, it's easier just to pop a tripod up, it takes seconds, usually get a good shot. These are cheap on Amazon, maybe 30 quid or something, but that goes in there. And then in the front compartment here, power bank, cable, selfie stick, they all go in the front compartment there. It's always good to have a power bank, guys. Never be without battery, because after 30 miles your battery's going to go down, especially if you've got your Garmin or the Under Armour apps or whatever you log in your route with, and a spare phone case just in case mine drops and breaks. The other thing, guys, that a lot of people forget to take out with them is a couple of bootlaces. Never leave home without a few extra bootlaces. If one snaps, you're in a world of trouble. Okay. Also a knee support. I've had a few knee niggles in the last couple of years falling hiking, so I never leave home without a knee support. Hopefully I'll never need it, but I'll never leave home with it. That goes in the front compartment. So what I'll do then as well is looking at the food options. Okay, so for me personally, I got 2 tubs like that. Then obviously in there I'll put 100 grams of oats, usually 30 grams of protein powder, a couple of tablespoons of mixed nuts and seeds, some dates, some Celtic sea salt, some cinnamon. I'll just put a bit of a sort of a homemade muesli setup, shall we say, with extra protein, and they'll go in my bag dry, so there's no problem with what season you're taking out on the heat and everything. They'll go in my bag as dry boxes. They'll be full obviously to the brim, and they usually fit in nice and tight like they did with there. That's perfect. And then what I'll have in these two, I'll have herbal tea in there, so a little flask full of herbal tea, which is my caffeine boost. That'll be with lemons and limes, and then I'll have another little flask that will just be hot water for my oats, which I take out with me. Again, oats work for me perfectly. I've tried going on the route of having rolls with whatever's inside them. It just doesn't work, pastas and all that. I love oats. I know with each tub of them I get about 1,000 calories in, so I'll have one on 10 miles, I'll have one on 20 miles. I'll also have a piece of fruit with each of them, which I haven't got there, but that could be anything from an apple, orange, usually ones that can be battered a bit, not the soft ones. Sometimes with banana, they get bashed up in your bag. So, you know, apples and oranges are a bit more durable, you know. Supplement wise then, guys, I tend to take 3 hydration sachets with me and 3 lift offs. So there's your caffeine boosters and there's your sort of CR7 or your electrolytes. That tends to be enough. Again, 1 of each per every 10 miles. 3 protein bars with me. Sometimes you just not, you know, you need a little bit of that moist stuff. And a tub full of mixed nuts, seeds, dried fruit, gozo berries, that all goes in. This is where you know, perfect probably for about a 25 miler. Obviously, if I'm walking less, 15 miles, I'll take less. So I'll go whatever mileage. I'll understand all the facilities and also offer, and I always attach a shaker as well for my little tubs of protein, which I got but there. I think, oh, there we are. So I usually take like a little shot of protein, maybe 2 of them, to either have 1 maybe halfway through and 1 at the end when I've recovered. So this usually fits into my bag perfectly, guys, and this would be ideal for a 25 to 30 miler. Quite comfortable what I got in there, you know. A little bag on the outside as well, which I got for there. So that caters if I want to put any clothing or if I'm lugging anything else around, I can put it in there, but I've also got space in there. And on the front here, I got your D-clips. So I got D-clips there, so if I'm earthing along the beach, I can just take my boots off, attach them, and just crack on. So D-clips are important. So this works for me, guys. I hope that helps. As I said, look at the mileage you're doing to how much you're taking. But if you're going out in the sticks, I know if I went out and done a 30 mile an hour, I don't come across any facilities, I'll probably be fine. That's the bottom now. You can't rely on the facilities on the Welsh coast of Bath either. Sometimes they're open, sometimes not, especially the further out you go. So hope that helps, and yeah, give us some gun.